Welcome to Duskreach. The story you're about to hear is a work of fiction. Names, places, and events were created for entertainment purposes only, but some stories feel too real to ignore. The message arrived at exactly 2:17 a.m. No sender, no number, no signal bars on the phone. It read, "You were buried here once." The name below the sentence meant nothing to him. Greyhaven, yet his chest tightened as if it should. The man reading the message, Caleb Rowan Jr., felt a quiet panic settle in. Not fear, recognition, as if something long erased had just remembered him first. By morning, the message was gone. The unease was not. Caleb tried to forget the message, but Greyhaven followed him. At work, during idle searches meant to distract his mind, he typed the town's name. It existed, small, isolated, barely documented. What froze him was a scanned burial registry dated 23 years earlier. One name stood out: Rowan Jr., Caleb, age 7. Cause of death: undetermined. The record ended there. No obituary, no family listed. According to Greyhaven, Caleb had already died. Caleb arrived in Greyhaven just before dusk. The road narrowed into cracked asphalt, swallowed by fog and overgrown trees. The town sign stood crooked, letters faded, as if time itself had tried to erase the name and failed. There were houses, streets, parked cars, yet no movement, no voices, no wind. As Caleb stepped out of his car, the silence pressed against him. It wasn't emptiness. It felt observant, like the town was aware he had returned and had been waiting. Greyhaven wasn't abandoned the way other towns were. Caleb noticed it as he walked deeper into the streets. Storefronts were stocked. Cafes still had chairs neatly arranged. A newspaper lay on a bench, untouched by rain or decay. The date was circled in red. It was from the same day listed on the burial record. No signs of struggle, no damage, just a town frozen at the exact moment Caleb was supposed to die, as if everything had stopped to remember him. At the edge of Greyhaven, Caleb found the house. It looked ordinary: white paint, narrow porch, curtains drawn halfway. What made his breath catch was the mailbox. Rowan. Not faded, not old, recently painted. Inside, the air was warm, as if someone had just left. Family photographs lined the walls. In every one of them, a child stood with his back to the camera. Same height, same build, same clothes Caleb remembered wearing. None of the faces were visible. None needed to be. Caleb left the house quickly, his chest tight, his thoughts racing. As he stepped back into the street, the silence broke. Not with noise, but with whispers. They came from everywhere at once, soft and overlapping, like a crowd speaking just beyond hearing range. Streetlights flickered on by themselves, one after another, illuminating his path forward. Every whisper repeated the same phrase, calm and patient: "You came back too early." The town wasn't abandoned. It was waiting for the right moment to speak. Caleb followed the whispers to the old school at the center of Greyhaven. The building was intact, its doors unlocked, lights faintly glowing inside. Classrooms were filled with desks, notebooks, drawings still pinned to corkboards. Every drawing showed the same thing: children standing beside open graves. In the final classroom, Caleb froze. Dozens of children sat silently at their desks, heads lowered. Slowly, one by one, they looked up. Their faces were calm, familiar. Every single one of them looked exactly like Caleb. At different ages, they hadn't grown, they had stayed. The children spoke without moving their mouths. Their voices filled the room at once, calm and practiced. They explained that Greyhaven never let anyone grow beyond what they were meant to be. Each version of Caleb represented a possible life, paths corrected, futures contained. Only one had been allowed to leave. The others stayed behind to keep the town balanced, trapped in the moment they were needed. Caleb understood then. He wasn't visiting Greyhaven. He was overdue. Something had gone wrong when he escaped. The children stood up in unison. The classroom doors closed softly behind Caleb. Not slammed, not forced. Corrected. The whispers returned, clearer now, guiding him toward the basement beneath the school. Down there, the walls were lined with names carved into stone. Dates, ages. Every name ended at 7. The children explained calmly. Greyhaven corrects what escapes too soon. Balance must be restored. One version leaves. One version stays. Caleb realized then, the town wasn't deciding who lived. It was deciding who remained. Caleb felt no hands restraining him as he was guided forward. The children stepped back, giving him space, as if the decision had already been made long ago. The stone floor beneath his feet was warm, almost alive. The whispers softened, no longer correcting, reassuring. Greyhaven did not need him to die. It needed him to stay remembered. By dawn, the town was silent again. The school stood empty, the houses unchanged, and somewhere in the records, a name was updated, no longer marked as missing. Caleb Rowan Jr. never returned. Greyhaven did not forget him this time. If this story stayed with you, subscribe to Duskreach, and tell us in the comments, would you have tried to leave Greyhaven?